conservatory last month, and it was like handicap parking right there in front.
How was that place? I remember it was, as a kid I got taken there, and then I went there later, and it was kind of all run down.
It has a new entrance too, and it's what it used to be. I mean, it's still, it's still greenhousey and
Oh, I like that.
those are, slightly, I would try to make what the right, slightly industrial feel, I guess. I'm not sure what the right word is, but
I like the industrial feel. I don't like the new age hip hipster nonsense.
Welcome, everybody, to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. My name is Jennifer. Thanks for braving the Dust Bowl of Chicago out there. We appreciate you coming out tonight. It's going to be a really great show. We've had live music in this room every single Friday night for almost 55 years. So, yes, shocking. So we appreciate you coming out and being a part of the tradition that is this room. It is a very special place to play. We are a listening room, so we ask that you keep your conversations to a minimum. And by a minimum, I mean not at all. That would be really wonderful if you could also turn off your cell phones. Yes, we want to make sure we give our performers our full attention. And you guys are going to want to have all your attention on Chris Walz tonight. Woo! He's amazing. He just came out with his first solo album, which I'm sure he'll play some songs from. And we are pleased as punch to have him here this evening with us. So please give a big, warm welcome to Chris Walz.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out. I know that the weather's not cooperating, but for those of you that are here and those of you online, thanks so much for being here and for tuning in. Try to hopefully do some things that you're going to enjoy. I'll do a song that was done by Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers. Steak 3 times a day for my board. That's more than any other bum in this town can afford. Big electric fan keeps me cool while I sleep. Big old roll of $100 bills down at my feet. I'm a rambling gambler and I'm drunk every night. I'm here to tell you I'm ragged but right. Well, I go everywhere, I don't pay no fare. I can ride that old freight train just about anywhere. If I win or lose, I don't get the blues. I got gambling working for me. Well, I'm here to tell you people I'm ragged but right. I'm a thief and a gambler. I get drunk every night. I got a porterhouse steak 3 times a day for my board. That's more than any flatfoot in this town can afford. Well, you might think I'm bragging, but don't get me wrong, 'cause I can't run for office while I'm singing this song. I'm a rambling gambler and I'm drunk every night. I'm here to tell you I'm ragged but right. and the morning dove. Weeping willow and the morning dove. I got a gal up the country, man, I sure do love. Well, if you see my woman, won't you tell her hurry home? If you see my woman, won't you tell her hurry home? My gal treats me so dirty, I don't know right from wrong. And if there is no loving, then there's just no getting along. If there's no loving, then there's just no getting along. And you know, ain't had no loving since my good gal been gone. I laid down last night, I was trying to take my rest. I laid down last night, just trying to take my rest. But my mind got to rambling like the wild geese in the west. I woke up this morning and blues walking round my bed. Woke up this morning, had the blues walking round my bed. I went to eat my breakfast, blues, they were all in my bread. I said, good morning, blues. Blues, how do you do? I said, good morning, blues. Now, blues, how do you do? He said, I'm doing all right. Just came by to have a few words with you. And the morning dove, weeping willow and the morning dove. I got a gal up the country, man, I sure do love. I got a gal up the country, man, I sure do love. Oh, thanks a whole lot. That's an old Blind Boy Fuller tune called Weepin' Willow. I didn't do it exactly the way he does it. Well, thanks so much for coming out. How's the weather out there? What's it doing?
Bad.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, it depends where you are.
Yeah?
Came out down south from north. Boy, it got dark.
Oh, man.
5 miles or like 9 miles an hour.
Blowing like it's like April 14th to 35 out there, isn't there? Like a great dust storm.
I figured if Woody could get through it, I could too.
Well, all right. Back in 1927, I had a little farm and I called it heaven. Price was up and the rain come down, and I hauled my crops all into town. I got the money. I bought clothes and groceries, fed the kids, took it easy. Well, the rain had quit and the wind got high, and a black old dust storm filled the sky, and I'd swapped my farm for a Ford machine, and I poured it full of this gas Eileen, and I started rocking and rolling out over the mountains out towards the old Peach Bowl, California. Well, way up yonder on the mountain road, I had a hot motor and a heavy load. I was going pretty fast, I wasn't even stopping. I bouncing up and down like popcorn popping, had a breakdown. Sort of a nervous bust down. There was a mechanic there, mechanic fella. He charged me $13.29 just to tell me I had engine trouble. Well, it was way up yonder on a mountain road. It was way up yonder in the piney woods. I gave that rolling Ford a shove. I said I was going to coast just as far as I could. Comments rolling. Picking up speed. And there was a hairpin turn in the road. I didn't make it. Telling you, the fiddles and the guitars really flew. That Ford took off like a flying squirrel, flew halfway around the world. Scattered wives and children all over the side of that mountain. Well, we got out to the West Coast broke, so dadgum hungry I thought I'd choke, and I bummed up a spud or two, and my wife cooked up potato stew. We poured the kids a big bait of it. Mighty thin kids, though. Looked like a band of thermometers running around. Mighty thin stew, too. Swear you could have read a magazine clean through it. And now I always have figured that if that stew had been a little bit thinner, some of these here politicians could have seen right through it, too. Talking Dust Bowl Blues by Woody Guthrie. Well, as Jen mentioned, yes, I do have a new record, and it's one I was working on for a while. I started it pre-COVID, working on it, and these are all songs that have been sort of living with me for a long time, and. And I got together with John Abbey, who has had the great studio. I mean, he still has it, but he's moved it from the time when I recorded with him. And we got together, and a lot of days it would just be he and I in the studio because it's just me and the guitar. And we went through a number of pots of coffee while we were recording this record. But these are all old traditional tunes. Because I couldn't afford to pay anybody any royalties. So it's like I better do some public domain stuff so I don't break the bank. But one of the things I tried to do with this record was to go in and dig around and do a little research on some of the songs and maybe try to come up with some interesting versions or some interesting lyrics or lyrics that were a little uncommon, or verses that maybe people don't do very often, and I came up with this one tune that's on the record, "Been All Around This World." A lot of people know it from the old Dave Van Ronk recording, hang me, oh hang me, I'll be dead and gone. And I'd heard that, and I'd heard it in bluegrass, and they always put the verse in or use the chorus. About hanging and, wouldn't mind the hanging, laying in the jail so long, all that. And I thought, I wonder if there's a way to do this song where you don't have any of that, where you just sort of like excise that right out. And I came up with a bunch of different verses. I scrounged around in the great internet in the sky called the, that's the great library in the sky called the internet. And I found some things that I think are pretty serviceable, at least I like them anyway. So this is my version of Been All Around This World. I've been working on the new railroad with the mud up to my knees. Working on the new railroad with the mud up to my knees. I've been working for Big John Henry. He's a mighty hard man to please. And I've been all around this world. I've been all around Cape Girardeau, parts of Arkansas. All around Cape Girardeau and parts of Arkansas. Well, I got so gosh darn hungry I could hide behind the straw. And I've been all around this world. And I started out from Memphis with $1 and a dime. Started out from Memphis with $1 and a dime. But when I got to Harlan, well, I didn't have a shine. And I've been all around this world. There I'll make my stand. High on the Blue Ridge Mountain, there I'll make my stand with a rifle on my shoulder and a pistol in my hand. And I've been all around this world. Now Lulu, oh Lulu, won't you open up that door? Lulu, oh Lulu, won't you open up that door before I have to break it down with my old 44. And I've been all around this world. Tell me, where'd you get them pretty red shoes and the dress you wear so fine? Where'd you get them pretty red shoes and the dress you wear so fine? I got the slippers from a railroad man and the dress from a driver in the mine. And I've been all around this world. Now if I meet a rich gal, I'm gonna send her down the line. And if I meet a rich gal, gonna send her down the line. But if I meet a poor gal, then I'll ask her to be mine. And I've been all around this world. Now single girl, you're gonna go and dress so fine. Single girl, you're gonna go and dress so fine. But if you do get married, you'll run raggedy all the time. And I've been all around this world. The railroad's done been laid and the trains are on the track. But if your gal is on that train, she won't be coming back. And I've been all around this world. And I've been working on the new railroad with the mud up to my knees. Been working on the new railroad with the mud up to my knees. I've been working for Big John Henry. He's a mighty hard man to please. And I've been all around this world. Yeah, so that's been all around this world. Thanks a whole lot. I'll do you a little flat picking. Give you a break from my singing.
Thank you.
your true friend. And get away with that. This is actually a tune that's on the record. This old tune called "Going Across the Sea." It's one of my favorite old time tunes, and it's one that lends itself really nicely to flat pick guitar. But where I got it was from hearing Bill Monroe, the great father of bluegrass music, play it on the mandolin in the documentary High Lonesome: The Story of Bluegrass Music. There's a wonderful scene. I guess they're interviewing Bill in his house, and he's got his mandolin in his lap, and he's talking about his uncle Pendleton Vandiver, his uncle on his mother's side, and he's talking about what a great uncle he was, and how he lived with him, and he'd play for all the local square dances, and he knew all the old time tunes, and he's sitting there and he's going, he used to play Jenny Lind's Soldier's Joy, Going Across the Sea, and he takes a beat and he goes, would you let me play one? Going Across the Sea, and he plays it. And I thought to myself, well, what is the crew going to say? Of course, nah, Bill, sorry, we ain't got time. We got to move on. So he played it solo on the mandolin, and it's pretty magical. And so I try to learn it on the guitar. So this is Going Across the Sea. Oh, thanks a lot. So I'm trying to be strategic about how many songs I play off the record. Because if I play everything on there, then you won't have any reason to buy it. So, but this is one I like a whole lot, and I have to give a lot of credit to a man named Stephen Wade, who wrote a fantastic book called "Beautiful Music All Around Us," and it's a wonderful read. And sort of the premise of the book is there are a bunch of Library of Congress recordings that Stephen was really taken by and wanted to research and create a book around. And one of the tunes is a tune called Diamond Joe, and it was collected in the 30s by John Lomax. He went down to Parchman Farm Penitentiary, and he encountered a man named Charlie Butler who sang this song a cappella. And John Lomax thought this is great to collect. We want to have it for the library, and he had Charlie sing it a couple of times so that he could get a sense of the song and how it would record in the room and all that. And John's wife Ruby was there, Ruby Lomax, and she noticed that every time Charlie Butler would sing Diamond Joe, he would do different words. And so she thought, I better get these down because it's important to archive this stuff. And Stephen put those in his book. And I thought all the different versions of Diamond Joe that I've ever heard, really except for Art Themes, which is kind of like this version. All the other ones are based on, I guess, the Lee Hayes version of the guy who lives out in Texas and he mistreats his guys that are working for him and all that, and the bluegrassers do it, and this version, between the recorded version that the Library of Congress has and the extra verses that Ruby Lomax took down, it's really a lot more like a love song. It's a song of sort of longing, of missing somebody who's far away. And the Diamond Joe was a steamship line that went down the Mississippi, and so Diamond Joe, come and get me, said, let me get on that steamship and get away from where I am. So it's not a prison song, and it's not a cowboy song. It's a love song, and Charlie Butler did it a cappella. So I thought, well, I'm not going to do that because he's way better than I am. So I put the chords to it, and I came up with this little arrangement. Anyhow, this is my version of Diamond Joe. Went up on the mountain and gave my horn a blow. Thought I heard my Maybell calling, yonder comes my bow. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. I ain't gonna work in the country, neither on Forest Farm. I'll wait here till my Maybell comes, and she's gonna call me to home. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. I ain't gonna tell you no stories, and neither would I lie. But I wonder, did my Maybell stay? Did she keep on by? Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me, Diamond Joe. Now the woman I've been loving, she's on that train and gone. My heart is loving and I just can't help it. I sure can't stand it too long. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. Yeah, the woman I've been loving, she took that train and gone. I sure can't rest contented, partner. The one I love's come and gone. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. So I'll go up on the mountain and give my horn a blow and wait to hear my Maybell calling. And yonder comes my bow. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe, come and get me. Diamond Joe. Thank you. Thanks a whole lot. Yeah. Sometimes I think old guitars are nothing but big weather barometers. They never want to stay in tune. But old guitars are like old people. They got stories to tell. And if you treat them right, they'll tell them to you. Just to see my pony run. And if I win any greenbacks, you know I'm sure gonna give you some. Let her go, God bless her. Though she roams o'er the land and the sea, well, she may search this wide world over and never find a friend true as me. take back that ring that I gave you, and I'll give you back your little lock of hair, and that card with your picture upon it. Well, it's a face that is false, but it's fair. Let her go, God bless her, though she roams o'er the land and the sea. Well, she may search this wide world over and never find a friend true as me. Well, it's beefsteak when I'm working, and whiskey when I'm dry, and it's safe greenbacks when I'm hard up, Lord. Sweet heaven when I die. And let her go, God bless her, though she roams o'er the land and the sea. Well, she may search this wide world over and never find a friend true as me. Let her go, God bless her, though she roams o'er the land and the sea. Well, she may search this wide world over and never find a friend true as me. All right. So y'all feel like singing one? All right, I appreciate the confidence there in that. Okay, that's good. This is this is one of the, this is easy. This will be easy, even if you don't know it. All I have to do is remember it. Yeah, let's do that one. So your chorus goes like this. Lazy John, why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, lazy John? Right? That's not too hard, right? Hopefully some of y'all might have heard that one. This is because it's gotten so warm recently. I'm kind of thinking about this one. So this is the old Lazy John. Work all week in the noonday sun, 15 cents when Saturday comes. Going to a dance just to have some fun. Why don't you get away, lazy John? Lazy John, why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, lazy John? My gal lives at the end of the road. Her eyes are crooked and her legs are bowed. But we sure have a whole lot of fun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John. Why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Saturday night, ain't coming home till the broad daylight. Then I'm gonna take my gal back home. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John. Why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? And an old jawbone. Today it's here, tomorrow it's gone. Now what am I gonna do, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John. Why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Last time. Lazy John, Lazy John. Why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Yeah, very nice. All right, I'll get one more for you, and we'll take a little break. I know you need it. I know you need it. One last one here. Sam. All right, I know what I'll do. I was actually practicing this one before. This old Carter family tune. I've been rewatching the Ken Burns country music documentary series. Man, that's good. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, spend some time with it. Well, hello, stranger, put your loving hand in mine. Hello, stranger, put your loving hand in mine. You are a stranger, but you'll be a pal of mine. Well, get up round her and let a working man sit down. Get up round her and let a working man sit down. You are around her and you're all out and down. Willow, Lord, I'm mourning like a dove. Weaving like a willow, Lord, I'm mourning like a dove. Got a girl up the country that I truly love, and every time I ride that 6th and 4th Street car, every time I ride that 6th and 4th Street car, I see my baby, she's peeking through the bars. Well, she waved her hands at me, she bowed her head. Lord, she waved her hands at me, but I'm prison bound, just longing to be free. And I'll see you when your troubles are like mine. I'll see you when your troubles are like mine. See you around when you haven't got a dime. So hello, stranger, put your loving hand in mine. Hello, stranger, put your loving hand in mine. You are a stranger, but you're a pal of mine. Yes, you're a stranger, but you'll be a pal of mine. Thank you so much. We'll take a little break and we'll be back after a while.
Chris Walz, everybody. Wonderful. Well, he's going to be back in about 10 or 15 minutes for another set. In the meantime, we're going to take a little break. The bathrooms are down the hall and on the left. Chris brought some merch. And I have this new album of his, and I listen to it while I'm working. I listen to it while I'm driving. I listen to it while I'm washing the dishes. I listen to it while I'm gardening. It is like on my top rotation, and has been for a little while.
You have a LP player in your car?
No, well, I stream it in the car.
Oh, I see.
So I do all the versions.
Okay.
All the versions, but check it out. It's amazing. So we're gonna take 10 or 15 minutes, refill your coffee cups and your snacks, and we'll be back.
Holy moly.
Did you know Tom Jones? He special consensus played over his house years back. He was a loudmouth. That's what it was. You were there. Jones, you don't understand. I see that. That's cool. You played that most of your music was bluegrass then, wasn't it? Yep. Yeah, we didn't. guys are kids leave for a pilot. You can't get a good shot. Joe, he's pretty good. Oh, yeah. And he's just down the street. It's a game.
frightening, most frightening moment ever. Because I was, because I told you the story of being there and being in there, all of a sudden there's you sitting next to me, trying to cup his ear, but watching my mouth, trying to pick up the chorus. It was terrifying. And I'm 20, whatever. Watch out. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, we're going to get started in a few minutes. But before we do, I wanted to tell you about all the great things that are coming up here at the Two-Way Street Coffee House. On the first and third Saturdays of every month, we have a sing-around in this room. On the fourth Saturday, we have a country western jam. And during the summer months, on every second Thursday, we have a song circle led by Mr. George Matson. We can play your songs, you can play your instruments. It's a really nice, fun, easygoing time, laid back, and a great group of people, so you should check some of those out. Next week, we have an open mic, so if you want your turn on the Two-Way Street stage, that would be a good time to come. The sign-up starts at 7:30, so you're going to want to be here for that. Let's see, then we have Annie Bacon. She's at the end of the month. And then Chris is coming back for our 5th Saturdays workshops that we do. He's going to give 2 workshops, one on rhythm guitar and one lead guitar. These are bluegrass guitar workshops. So registration is open, so you can check out, if you go right to our webpage, on the first page, there's a link that leads you to all the information you could ever want and more. So don't miss that.
Get ready to pick.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Tomorrow, our friends at Acoustic Renaissance are having, I think, their last concert of the season. Scott Cook and Heather Steika are doing a co-bill, so that's going to be really great. Our friends at Tobias Music on the 24th are having Mr. Lee Murdoch, so he's a great friend to us, so you'll want to check that out. In June, apart from all of our regular programming, we have a wonderful barn dance that we're having on the 21st at noon, and hopefully, if the weather's permitting, it'll be outside. If not, we'll be in the room. It's to celebrate our 55 years of being around, and the Plank Road String Band is going to be playing, so you're not going to want to miss that. And at the end of the month, we have another matinee concert series, the 29th. So that will be at 3 p.m. on Sunday, so you don't want to miss that either. And I am done talking, so let's give Chris Walz another round of applause for his second set.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen, and thanks for sticking around, everybody. Really appreciate that. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sub sorrow with the bowl. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered round my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a pale, drooping maiden who toils her life away, with a worn heart whose better days are o'er. Though her heart would be merry, 'tis sighing all the day. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Seek mirth and beauty and music bright and gay. There are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks still say, oh, hard times come again no more. It's the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, thanks a lot. It's that old Hard Times Come Again No More. Stephen Foster, big hit from the 1850s. Let's see. This is sort of like, if you look at these, it's like before, after. Actually, this guitar, this is a very special guitar. This is a Martin Norman Blake guitar that they didn't make a whole lot of these, and my friend Joe here helped me get this guitar, so I want to give a little shout out to him and thank him for part of the reason why the album sounds as good as it does. Hopefully, it sounds good, because of this guitar. So this tune, that Hard Times, that's on the record, and this other tune is also on the record. And this is one that has sort of been, I've been living with this song for a long time. I remember when I was in high school, I got into the whole folk music thing because, you know, everybody comes to music, there are sort of like these touchstone moments, and I remember when I was in high school, everybody who played guitar, all my musical pals, they were all, it was the days of, you know, that kind of thing, or you know, all that, and it was great music, but it wasn't anything I really wanted to learn to play, but I thought I wanted to play. So actually, the first thing I did was I got myself a banjo. So there's an interesting choice right out of the gate. And as I like to tell my banjo students at the Old Town School of Folk Music, where I work, and I've been a teacher for going on 30 years now. If you're the only one that plays the banjo in your little musical community, and nobody knows anything about it, and you're the only one that does, even a little bit, you can stink out loud and still look cool. And I did on both counts. So the first thing I did was try to play the banjo. And my musical friends, they'd be so excited. Oh, I got the banjo, yeah, and I was terrible, just like banging away at it. But it made a sound. But I can remember those years when I was in high school, hearing all of this folk music on the radio. There used to be, during those years, I grew up in upstate New York, and there was all this folk music on Saturday nights from 6 p.m. until 1 in the morning. It was just acoustic music, folk music stuff. I mean, late 70s, early 80s. It was sort of a golden time for that. And I remember hearing a recording by a guy named George Gritzbach, and he did a version of this tune called Delia, and I always liked it. And I wound up hearing David Bromberg's version, and then Blind Willie McTell's version. There's just a lot of them out there, and I thought it was one of the songs on the record that I would want to maybe try to do. And I did a bunch of sort of research on it and looked for some lyrics and pieced it together, and this is the version I came up with for the record, the old tune Delia. Delia was a gambling girl, she gambled all around. Delia was a gambling girl, she laid her body down. She's all I got and gone. Delia now, Delia, how can it be? You wanted all them gambling men, but you had no time for me. She's all I got and gone. Now Delia's mother, she took a trip out west. When she returned, she found her child had gone to rest. She's all I got and gone. And Delia's mother wept, and Delia's father moaned. Said it wouldn't have been half so bad if that child had died at home. She's all I got and gone. And now get out your rubber-tied buggies and get out your double-seat hacks. You took my Delia to the cold graveyard, but you failed to bring her back. She's all I got and gone. Courtesy's looking high, and courtesy's looking low. Shot poor Delia down, good people, with that fateful 44. She's all I got and gone. Now courtesy's on the rooftop, and just as high as he can be, trying to get away from them rounders. He says they're coming after me. She's all I got and gone. Now courtesy's on that rooftop, just as far as he can see, crying, death, you took my Delia, now won't you come back after me? She's all I got and gone. Standing in that courtroom, the judge says, "What's this fuss about?" Curtis says, "It's all about them rounders. You know they're trying to cut me out." She's all I got and gone. And standing in that courtroom, Curtis says, "What'll be my fine?" The judge, he looks down and says, "I'm gonna give you 99. She's all I got and gone. Curtis, he's in the jailhouse now, drinking out of an old tin cup. And Delia, she's in the cold graveyard, you know she never will wake up. She's all I got and gone. Morning come the morning, my Delia's dead and gone. Nothing left to do right now except to sing this lonesome song. She's all I got and gone. Yeah, Delia was a gambling girl, she gambled all around. Delia was a gambling girl, she laid her body down. She's all I got and gone. She's all I got and gone. Oh, thanks a whole lot. I'll try to mix it up this set. Yeah, that's what you've been waiting for. It's like, yeah. I always have to remember when I do some of these songs, because a lot of these tunes, so many of them I do at the school I teach, and when I play shows with rooms full of people, I have to remind myself now they're not sitting there holding guitars, and just do the song. Don't call out the chords while you're singing it, because a lot of times. Because I'll be getting into a song and I'll think and I'll think to myself, I'm not hearing anybody. So no, C, you know, it's like no, this is not that. Anyhow, this is one that we're actually working on in my blues guitar class. This is one of my favorite Mississippi John Hurt tunes. It's one of the early ones that I worked on way back. This is the Spike Driver Blues. This hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Well, take this hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. I sure am gone. You, this is the hammer kill John Henry, but it won't kill me. But it won't kill me. That's why I'm gone. Well, it's a long way to East Colorado, honey, to my home, honey, to my home, honey, to my home. And I'll walk the whole way to East Colorado, 'cause that's my home. Yeah, that's my home. That's where I'm going. Well, John Henry left his hammer lying side of the road, lying side of the road, lying side of the road. Yeah, John Henry, he left his hammer all covered in red, all covered in red. That's why I'm gone. Play it. John Henry was a steel driving man, but he went down, he went down, oh, he went down. Oh, John Henry was a steel driving man, but he went down, yeah, he went down. That's why I'm gone. So take this hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. I'll tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. We'll take this hammer and carry it to my captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. I sure am gone. Yeah. Old Spike Driver Blues, Mississippi John Hurt. That's one of my early, really early influences. I heard Mississippi John Hurt on a late night folk show, and I thought, man, that's what I want to do. I hadn't heard anything like that. That thumb, so powerful, and his singing, just everything about it. I'll do you maybe a couple that I wrote. I grew up in upstate New York, and I lived in this little house. It was a farmhouse. It was built around 1840, and you see a picture of it, and it looks like, Terra, but if you stand next to it, it's just a little house. But I did all the sort of, you have those years when you're a kid, and you go through grade school and all that, and you grow older, but I don't think you really grow up until you hit your teens, and you do a lot of those first teen things, good and bad. And that's what happened in that house. And I would have put money down that my folks would have just stayed in that house until the very end, but they didn't. and they retired out to the West to be with my sister and the grandkids. And I remember when they called me, by that time I was living here in Chicago, and they said they were going to pack up the house, and it took them a couple of years to do it, but they said they were going to make a start at it. And they said, if there's anything you want, come out and get it. Whatever it is, we're going to give a lot of stuff away and all that. And the phone call was quite a surprise to me. And I remember when it was over, I hung up the phone, literally, because I had a landline at that time. That's how long ago this was. I remember thinking to myself at the time, that's the last connection that I have to that little town where I had done so much living as a younger person, because I didn't really know anybody who lived anywhere there anymore. My friends had mostly sort of moved on, and I sort of reflected on that for a minute, and the pad of paper happened to be there because I was sitting at my desk and a pencil, and this is what came out. This is a thing I wrote called Round Here. Well, in this little town, folks know your name round here. You're all from the same school, you all try to be cool round here. But the faces and places change or move on. It's my own damn fault I stayed away too long, and folks don't seem to know me much at all round here. Well, I filled my shoes, first sang the blues round here. Smoked those Marlboro Reds while drinks went to my head round here. One day the Marlboro man, he rode out of town, and the place where I drank it burned to the ground, and they blacktopped it over. You can't even tell it was round here. I used to drive through the woods with a girl who was good round here, and she'd whisper my name without any shame round here. And she went off and got married, but that didn't last, with a husband who drank. She just had to get past, but when she got divorced, she just didn't come back round here. Now I drive alone down these old county roads round here, in search of a sign that might jog my mind round here. Now the signs look all different, I can't remember the names, and as much as I wish, I'm just not the same, and I can only go back now in my brain round here. Time was in this town when folks knew my name round here. They still got the same school, but no need to be cool round here. And the friends that I had, well, they moved off and gone, but just like me, They don't call this place home, and folks don't seem to know us much at all around here. And folks don't seem to know me much at all around here. Thanks a whole lot. This is another one that I wrote. That one was autobiographical. This one, whenever I do it, invariably somebody asks me, is this something that's a part of your family history? Did that happen to you? Nope. It's a completely made up song I'm going to sing for you now. Is a completely made up thing. I was just sort of concocted the story in my head and put it down. I guess you could sum it up. It's like Carter Stanley. He was introducing his brother Ralph, who was going to play an original banjo piece, and he said, "Brother Ralph made this tune up out of his own head and had enough wood left over to build a fire." So anyhow, this is another one that I wrote called Blacktop. My grandfather got this land in 1920. Back in the days when farming was milk and honey. But in 10 years' time, Grandpa was broke and busted. And the year my dad was born, the land got dusted. Well, the world my father knew was hard work and trouble. Even if you could pay your bill, the man wanted double. My father grew up too soon, Grandpa grew old. And the year my dad quit school, the farm it got sold. Now I'm standing on this dirt road with a shovel in my hand. That sun is hot and it's all I got, 'cause my people don't work the land. I see the field that once was ours, and I'm wishing I could stop cutting up these hillsides, pouring blacktop. Well, when I was just a boy, my mind would wander to the stories Grandpa told about a one-time farmer. I'd come home from school and walk right past his land, while my dad was miles away working as a mill hand. Now I'm standing on this dirt road with a shovel in my hand. That sun is hot and it's all I got, 'cause my people don't work the land. I see the field that once was ours, and I'm wishing I could stop cutting up these hillsides, pouring blacktop. Grandpa's gone and Daddy's got his pension, and we don't speak about the farm, it just hurts to mention. But I always thought I'd get that land back some way, but the foreman just told me the houses go up Monday. Now I'm standing on this dirt road with a shovel in my hand. That sun is hot and it's all I got, 'cause my people don't work the land. I see the field that once was ours, and I'm wishing I could stop wishing I could stop. Cutting up these hillsides, pouring blacktop. Thanks a lot. I had this one. I'll do it even though the person who requested it wasn't able to make it out. My pal Sammy Byerly reached out to me and he says, "Oh, I see you're going to do the two-way street." And then he said, "Can I get you to do Quiet Side of Town?" I was like, "Sure, I'll do it right for you." So this is another one that I wrote. Again, it's just a little sort of, I guess, a little painting of a idyllic picture of the quiet side of town, I guess. Let's try that again. The sun hangs low in the early evening sky, and the changing autumn leaves take wing and fly. While they dance around the children in the old playground, time moves slow on the quiet side of town. The dust kicks up behind the truck that brings the mail, and the old men sit on benches spinning tales. The farmer brings in his tractor as the sun goes down, while supper waits on the quiet side of town, where there's open doors and old wood floors, and people know your name, where the women all smile warmly and the men talk plain, where the memory's long and they sing old songs and no one talks you down. You can find some peace on the quiet side of town. There's a smell of wood smoke hanging in the air, and the street lamps flicker on by the courthouse square. A soft breeze blows as a gentle rain falls down, and there's a porch light on the quiet side of town. The last train from the station leaves for the day, passes fields for harvest along the way. The switchman checks his watch and puts his lantern down, and walks for home on the quiet side of town, where there's open doors and old wood floors, and people know your name, where the women all smile warmly and the men talk plain. The memory's long and they sing old songs and no one talks you down. You can find some peace on the quiet side of town, where there's open doors and old wood floors, and people know your name, where the women all smile warmly and the men talk plain. And when my time is done back home, I'll come to lay my burdens down, and I'll find sweet rest on the quiet side of town. And I'll find sweet rest on the quiet side of town. Yeah. Thanks a whole lot. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'll get another one here, and we'll get out before this, before that dust storm kicks up again. I was thinking about that as I was driving out here, and the sky was clouding up and everything, and I was remembering this old story that I can't remember if I read it somewhere. It might be in Bound for Glory or something like that. This old story that Woody used to tell. He used to say, you know, people talk about the Oklahoma end of the Great Dust Bowl and the Colorado end of the Great Dust Bowl. He said, but you want to go where it blows the blackest and the thickest, where the wheat grows, the oil flows, and the farmer owes, and you just want to go down to Amarillo, Texas. And he said, the dust down there, it blows so thick you can run your tractor and your plow upside down. And he said, he tells a story. He said, now I got down there, and this is him talking. He said, I got down there, and I hooked up with a guy who had a root beer stand, supposedly. And my job. And he told me that he'd pay me $3 every day to stand behind the counter and sell people root beer. And I told him I had intelligence enough to do that. And I jumped around behind the counter, and he told me, he said, now, Woodrow, there are some bottles down here of a little different description. It's a patented medicine, I think, and it's called Jamaica Ginger, or just plain Jake. Now, if somebody comes up to the root beer stand and has their thumbnail busted or their ankle sprung or is suffering from ancestors or any other sort of ailment and has 50 cents cash money on him, you reach down slowly and carefully and you give them up one of these little bottles of Jake, and you be sure to put the money in the register. And Woody goes on to say, well, get around behind the counter, and I started to get curious about what this Jake would be like. He said, a man ought to be interested. So I drawed up about half a mug of root beer, and I poured some of that Jake in on top of it. He said when that Jake hit on that beer, it commenced to cook it. He said there was 7 civil wars and 3 revolutions broke out inside of that mug. He said, so I waited about 20 minutes for it to settle down. He said finally it got about as quiet as it was going to get and turned the color of a new tan saddle. I thought, I'd better drink it down before it turns into a water spout or a dust storm. So I took it up, and I took it down. And he says, it was hot and dry and gingery and cold and wet and spicy and threatening rain or snow. He said, I took another big swallow and my shirt come unbuttoned. All my insides felt like I was being poured full of good old-fashioned soapy dishwater, but I drank it all down. And then he says, when I woke up, I was out of a job. And she warbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Oh, I've gambled over in England, and I've gambled in Spain, and I'll bet you $100 that I'll beat you this next game. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles as she flies, she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Jack of diamonds, well I know you of old. You have robbed my poor pockets of my silver and my gold. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo, and the 4th day of July. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds is a hard card to play. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, I expect to gamble until my last day. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo until the 4th day of July. Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
All right, let's hear for Chris Walz.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to give a shout out to our volunteers tonight. We had Chris and Betsy helping at the counter. Joel was doing the door. Tim is doing our wonderful sound for the evening. So a big round of applause. We can't do it without volunteers.
Yeah.
We're all volunteer operation. I don't know if you know this, Chris, but nobody, and I mean nobody, gets out of the two-way street without an encore. Should we ask Chris
Okay.
to play one more? All right, let's
All right. Okay, didn't know that one. Well, thanks, Jen. Thanks for that, and thank you for applauding and all that. But I've come to a rather embarrassing part of the evening in that I've done all the songs I know. So I tell you what, I'll do you this one. I'll finish off with this is another one that I wrote, and I had a birthday one time. That's how I'm counting them now. You know, when they come along, and if I remember, then it's like, all right, I'll notch that one. But if it gets by and it's like, oh yeah, that was last. Well, I'll get the next one. But I had a birthday this one particular time, and it was one of those ones that had a 0 on the end of it. Like that reaction. Oh. But you know, it got me thinking about, you know, time and history, and you know, your own history and how you move through life, and how things change, and you change and other people change, and it got me thinking about some folks that I maybe lost touch with a little bit. I mean, even with social media such as it is, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to really keep up with folks, and so I wrote this song, and I'll send it out to anybody who's got an old friend that maybe they haven't been in touch with for a while, which I guess is to say all of us in one way or another. This is a thing I wrote called "I'll Reach Out to You." time was free to take. Before the gifts of worry, we never looked for our mistakes and found no need to hurry. The air was full of springtime, even when the snow would fly. And there was always one more hello, even when we said goodbye. So if you find my number on a crumpled old back page, maybe we can talk sometime about the lives we've made. The world is spinning faster now, like she never used to do. But if I can find a moment, I'll reach out to you. Your eyes don't look into mine, but I'll still see your face. Haven't held your hand in a long time, but I'll still feel its embrace. And the echoes of our laughter come back to me like an old tune. And I'd like to sing that song again. Maybe we can sing it soon. So if you find my number on a crumpled old back page, maybe we can talk sometime about the lives we've made. Where time goes, I just don't know, although I thought that I used to. I can find a moment, I'll reach out to you. Now, it was easier back then. We never had to try too hard. Now there's a shadow on the fence that keeps me out of your backyard. But I can still remember, maybe you remember too, some things we thought forgotten from the days of me and you. So if you find my number on a crumpled old back page, maybe we can talk sometime about the lives we've made. Like a book that's been checked out too long, I think we're overdue. But if I can find a moment, I'll reach out to you. Yeah, the world is spinning faster now, like she never used to do. But if I can find a moment, I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much. Good night.
What a pleasure.